Hey there, folks. Really quick and dirty tutorial on how I think we would like to handle prepping scripts for table reads on the our screenwriting Discord server. So we are planning on beginning our table reads fairly soon. We want to make sure that people, especially new people, have a chance to get a sense of just the most efficient way to make it easy for people who are performing for you, which is always helpful. It makes the session go a lot more smoothly. It makes it easier to follow. So we're going to do things a little differently. Um, I have Fade In open because I think Fade In is probably one of the most common programs you'll be using. Also, of course, there's Arc Studio Pro. There's other screenwriting apps that almost, I mean, I would assume all of them have some version of this where they have a list of all your characters. Now, we will not be doing all your characters. This is probably going to be a 5 to 10 page script reading for each person, with preferably not more than 5 characters. That's a lot of characters for that set of pages, but that might be how things fall, and hopefully, we won't have to double up too much. And if we do, then we do. At least people will know, okay, my character is pink and green in the highlighting. So, okay, all of our script submissions are going to have to be in PDF form because that's something everyone can access. The Adobe Reader is, I will open it up here. Adobe Reader is universally available for people to download. This is the free version. You should be able to do all of this stuff on the free version. So I'm gonna, right now, I don't see an immediate way to generate a cast list, so I'm just gonna busk it here. Now, this script has dedication on the top, so it does have a page right there. Um, you have the option of doing it. I'll probably actually move that down because um, I want the cast list to be the very first thing that people see. If I was submitting this to be read, I probably would take the dedication off just to not have that extra page there, especially if I wasn't, it's good to use your first 5 to 10 pages if you can, because that's really going to tell you the most about how successful the script is going to be, but if not. So here I'm going to see if I can, and I tab it over to action, because action is basically the universal block. Oh, it's gonna just do that for me. Okay. So if I have those listed characters there, screw it. I'm just gonna do it in the middle because clearly it's gonna keep jumping back every time I go to character. So, so, or I just have it up there. I don't know how I set it. So I'm just going to use the top couple ones. Yes, alphabetize them. So if you're only using, even if you're only using a certain number of characters, once say if I wanted to add Ellie, Ellie's gonna go down here, um, in alphabetical order. So if you're grabbing them from the list, just make sure that you stay in order. You should have an option to sort them. They should be in order. So say I have these 4 characters. Let's keep it simple. So here's what I'm gonna do. So if if I want to, I can do something like, 40s, 18, just to make a little bit of the detail clear. Um, doesn't really matter. It's just really, it's as long as people, know who they're reading, you're not necessarily always going to have, um, these particular characters. So I'm going to show you how to do highlighting on a full script. You're not going to be using a full script, but just because I'm going to have to find these characters and they're not all on the same pages. So here's what I do, create PDF. All screenwriting programs should have this option. I'll take out the title page. Actually, no, I'm going to include the title page. You guys should include the title pages. So I name it with cast. Now it would be really good if everyone sent 2 copies of this. So with your cast highlighted and your regular script. In fact, we'll want you to send the whole script. so that people can read the whole script if they choose to. They may or may not. You can't control that. So let's go into our PDF. I'm going to go ahead and open. I think I'm already in that file. Nope, I'm in Pay Records. Let's nudge it down. There we go. This is what this used to be called. Okay. Now they've got the PDF, right? Now you might have this here, or you might just have your markup tools up here. One thing to note is that highlighting does create a comment box, which will appear here. Let's ignore that for now. All right, so zoom out. Let's pick some colors. You have a couple of options. You can, I believe, you should be able to change the colors up there. Okay, so you can open up comments. There we go. Okay, when you open up the comments, just ignore what ends up happening here. Although if you do export it in a way that the comments are accessible, people will be able to jump to their lines, which might help. So, all right, let's say green. Anita is green. No, now she's there. So you have to make sure that you move on to the next item before you change the color. So one thing you can do, let's make her that. And Ellie can be blue. You can change the opacity, which is nice. That's a little dark. Okay. So now the way you always go back out of highlighting to avoid is to just jump to the arrow or the hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit, and there is a way that you can do this. So let's say I go to edit. You can't see it, it's up there, but edit, find. Now there should be find and replace. No, you can't find and replace. You can only find because this is a PDF, obviously. So Anita, let's find. You're going to capitalize it because of course it's going to be capitalized. Next, boom. Now I'm in the territory of Anita. I know that Anita's is green. Make sure that you remember these things. So if I decide to highlight, I know that it's going to be green. Maybe first reference, I'll highlight that too. So I can select it and then hit my thing. It's already going to be green. So now I can find all the green ones. Boom. Next. Those are her only lines. So that makes it a little easier. So it's gonna bring me fine. Yeah, fine. I get it. So let's go back to the top. Okay, let's find everything that is written or said by Bethany. Hold on. I don't know if I want to do. I want to zoom in to get this a little bit less. No, I guess that's not going to make a difference. So we're learning a lesson right here, right now, and that is to make sure that you put a space between these guys so that it's a little bit easier to navigate them. So we're going to do a find again. Bethany, all caps. Next. Okay. We'll find her there, 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 there. There's her line. So I don't remember precisely what we made the color of this, so we're going to say, oh, that's right, it was like a pink. It was a salmon color. So next, right there, we know that that's her. We know that we can now find any single one of her lines and easily pull it out, highlight it, and do it in a very efficient way in a single block. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you can highlight the name if you want to, or not. You can also, now that you know how to do this, if you did not already know how to do this, you can now use these comments. to add comments to them. Uh, if this is something you want to use for editing, or if you are reading the screenplay, or if you're writing the screenplay, if you're giving feedback on the screenplay, this is also a good way to do this. It's a, yeah, I really like how powerful PDF is in terms of this. I think it's improved very much on what it used to be. And yeah, it's very efficient. So now let's just say file, save as, just cast, highlight. I can type, I swear. I don't know if there's a way, there might be a way to lock this, I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now you have this. Now somebody who wants to do a quick check on your script can just grab the name, put it in Find, look through and see all the lines that they're going to be speaking at your table read. So this is something we are going to try and enforce. So if you have any questions, if it's difficult for you, let us know and we'll help you through it. Anyway, I hope that was helpful.